Hello.
Hi.
Are you logged into Twitch?
I'm trying. My computer shut down for some reason.
Hey, you know what I should do before we stream? I should go make sure that our router's not going to reset. I'm going to navigate over to our router settings real quick and oh, I don't remember what the goddamn. Wait. Maybe I actually set up a password for
I feel
this.
like you did.
There we go. Yeah, so I set our router to refresh itself every night. But I guess I set it to the wrong time because it resets at 11 and I want it to reset at 4. See, look, time of day to reboot 4 o'clock 4:00. So that should be 4 a.m., right?
Is that our time? GMT?
No, we're CST.
Mm.
Well, okay, so yeah, we should be -6 Greenwich Mean Time, -6 Central. Yeah. So I guess that was the problem. That's okay. I didn't realize that it was set to a certain time zone.
But it's not letting you.
Specified time interval cannot overlap. What the fuck does that mean?
It's the time zone changes, which we're not even doing that anymore.
What does this mean? Daylight savings time zone change starts. What?
I don't know.
When does daylight savings start?
March, April?
And it ends like in November? Or...
Yeah, October, November.
Okay, there we go. That's fucking weird. Okay. So, anyway, maybe that won't cut us out in the middle of trying to stream. Anyway, play some Megami Tensei for a while at least. We might play something else as well. I don't know. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Give me a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
I desire a cookie.
Please eat as many as you want.
Don't put it over here. I don't want it. Put it on your desk. Here.
I just don't want it in front of me or I will eat all of them, and I've already eaten most of them, and I made them for you.
I've eaten tons of them. Got on a stream to argue about cookies.
So you can take that cookie.
Shove it up your ass. Oh god. I don't remember what we're doing.
Wandering around mostly, I think.
Alright, so we're in the Sea of Flames right now.
Here, Sebek is petrified.
Oh, shit. Let's go to the healer. Can I cure that?
You can.
Not
Not
that.
that. No. Petrati.
Petrati. Okay, we're in the Sea of Flames, and we need to go up toward Infini, whatever the fuck it's called. And we got a statue last time
Mm-hmm.
that I think is supposed to let us fight Hecate.
Yeah. There's also, I remember you found an urn, and it said, you know, Nakajima decides to come back when he understands what to do. Because it's like a bottomless urn, but I don't know what the fuck it's for.
I don't know either.
And we still don't know where Hecate is.
No. So we just don't do mag anymore. We don't ever have mag.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Just that. It seems so fucking stupidly balanced. Oh my god. Fuck away from me. Oh my god.
Yep.
Megami Tensei.
It'll be like that, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna get over there and go up. I'm tired. I don't want to work anymore this week.
Mm-mm.
What do you think?
I can't.
You alright?
Mm-hmm. Just tired. But, I was just trying to think, like, we haven't really done anything since yesterday.
No, we didn't even get to watch a movie yet today because I had a meeting after work that put us off schedule. So we're gonna have to watch a movie after we play. We watched The Good Son yesterday. Did we stream yesterday?
Yeah, you played
Okay.
Morco.
Oh yeah, so we
For
talked.
like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I was trying to get through all of it, but didn't quite work that way. But yeah, we watched The Good Son yesterday. Which, did you like that?
Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
Had you seen it before?
No. Like, I was aware of it, but I had never watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really good. It's, I don't know, a lot of people probably wouldn't qualify it as a horror film, but I subscribe that there are more things that are horror films that people think are not.
Mm-hmm. People still doing that shit where if a movie's good, they say it's not horror.
I don't know. I don't really read a lot of horror critique right now.
I just remember when Hereditary came out, people were trying so hard not to call it a horror movie.
Yeah, there's like there was at that point in time at least, like when I guess when like the discussion around sort of highbrow horror was at its peak, like after Get Out just came out and Hereditary came out and stuff like that. Yeah, there was a definite vibe of people trying to call horror films psychological thrillers and shit like that.
Man, this area fucking sucks.
I feel like we've been here forever.
Yeah.
At least I remember that was here.
Yeah. So otherwise you would have had to turn around and go right back to the healer.
Yeah, they definitely put it there because they knew it was a fucking slog to even get to the stairs here. Yeah, I really like The Good Son. It reminds me of is Tilda Swinton in that movie? We have to talk about Kevin.
Yeah.
Because that's a novel that was turned into a film, and The Good Son is not. I don't think it was a novel, but it was written by a novelist. Like the screenplay was by a novelist. But I don't know. It has like this vibe of like a family drama.
Are these the wrong stairs?
No.
Oh, okay.
Did I not go up? No, I didn't. I exited. Why did I do that?
It has the vibe of what now?
I don't know. It feels like a family drama to a certain extent, but it's like I don't know, what am I trying to say? It's like it doesn't feel as dark as it really is. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, it's very dramatized and everything, but the kid is straight up doing like serial killer shit.
Yeah, like definitely it didn't feel like it was non-threatening, but it certainly didn't feel as threatening as it should have.
As the subject matter is. Yeah, like it tends toward like Hollywood shit rather than going into like super nasty territory. But you can kind of tell that the research was done, at least. Because, like, he does a lot of serial killer shit. Like, he kills animals, and, like, he has, like, a trophy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got, like, a super, frightening sociopath thing going on.
Yeah.
With, like, how he talks and stuff. Which also is a really good role from Macaulay Culkin. What other evil kids movies have we seen?
Orphan. You count it.
Orphan, which is not really about a kid, but yeah, it's
Spoilers.
close enough.
I remember one, because I don't think it was. Hang on. What is it? It was on one of those huge 50 movie collections that we have.
Talking about Dementia 13?
No, that one's not about kids.
Oh, no, not that. Satan's...
It's got 5 in the title.
Devil Times 5.
Yeah, Devil Times 5.
It was Devil or Satan something. Devil Times 5, yeah, it's like a 70s movie about killer kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2 boys and a girl. Or is it? I guess it's 5.
Yeah.
Is it 5 kids?
I would assume.
I only remember 3, but I guess it had to be 5. I have to find that and watch it.
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't good.
No, it probably wasn't great, but yeah, I do remember it.
There was that, What If Superman Was Born Evil?
Oh, Brightburn?
Yeah, Brightburn.
Yeah, that movie's fucking stupid.
And there was another one we watched recently where it was about that serial killer getting reincarnated into a little boy.
Oh god, the boy? The Prodigy?
The Prodigy.
Yeah, that movie's really dumb. Is that the one where he threatens the psychiatrist?
Yeah.
He steals the psychiatrist's pubes and shit. It's weird. I haven't explored all of this area. Probably because it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god. These enemies that breathe fire, every time they breathe fire, they hit everybody on my party.
Mm-hmm.
Their attacks take forever. You remember, Bloody Birthday? It's like a slasher movie about kids who, like, share a birthday. It's like an 80s movie.
Yeah, because isn't that the one where the younger sister has a peephole and she charges the boys to look at her sister, or is that a different movie?
No, that's that one.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also that trauma movie that I don't think we've ever seen, but you always see gifs from because they just kill a bunch of kids at the end. I don't actually know what that one's called off the top of my head.
Oh, you say it to me all the time.
Do I?
Yeah. I keep almost saying one and then you say one and I forget it.
There's also The Omen, of course. I mean, that's like the standard, I guess. Yeah, Google trauma child murder. Yeah, it might just be called The Children.
Are you sure it's not Suffer Children?
Suffer the Children.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's like, search that, make sure. Like, Suffer the Children or Suffer the Little Children.
I'm saying trauma. It's beware children at play.
Beware children at play.
Everything's like how to recognize and treat trauma in children. Fucking Christ.
You try to remember one?
Yes.
What's it about?
I don't know. I can't remember. Every time I remember something, you spoke, and it made me forget. It is making me wonder, though, if there are any Black-Eyed Kids movies.
What is Black Eyed Kids? Because you brought that up last night, right?
Yeah, it's,
No, we were listening to some creepy
yeah, we were listening to, there's literally a Black-Eyed Kids
film
movie.
Yeah, so what is Black Eyed Kids? It's like a paranormal thing.
Yeah, it's from the 90s, so only 90s kids will remember this.
What do you mean it's from the 90s?
Literally, the first account that I think gets classified as Black-Eyed Children is from a dude who reported it in the 90s.
That's
Like,
hard to believe.
It's one of those things where I don't think it was always called this, but,
Okay.
you know, obviously the idea of, you know, things that are not what they appear to be, it's been around as long as we've been able to use our fucking monkey brains.
Yeah.
But it's like this dude who said what happened was he needed to go pay his internet bill. And the place where he dropped the check off was next to a movie theater. And he's in the parking lot under the movie theater marquee using that light to write the check out. And he hears a tap at the window and he looks up and there's like a young teen and a like, you know, 10-year-old kid, and they're both like, hey, can you give us $1? We want to go see the movie. And he looks up and it's supposed to be playing Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
And he notices that the time listed says the movie's pretty much over. Like, it's late, it's dark out.
Yeah.
And the movie's already over an hour in. And, you know, he like just kind of ignores them, I think.
Rude.
And then they start going, hey, let us into your car.
No.
And they're like, hey, our mom was supposed to come get us. Can you take us to somewhere else? And
No, I can't take you fucking anywhere, first of all. This is a trap.
Like, he said at that point, he, like, left. Like, he was freaked out and he left. And he always describes them as being, you know, weird and, you know, sort of emotionless. And they had solid black eyes.
That just sounds like Chris Hansen's waiting to grab you, is what it sounds like to me.
But, like, that's the general report is, you know, a child appears, says that they're in some sort of distress, and wants to come into the house, or the car, or whatever. but that's just the general story.
But they're just kind of weird, but they have black eyes.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Okay. And, like, solid black eyes.
Yeah, but the thing is, at that time in the 90s, there was an episode of The X-Files.
Right.
With some sort of strange alien creature with solid black eyes.
Yeah. So, like, is there like, is this like a thing that verges toward cryptid or alien or like ghost or paranormal or like what?
I feel like I've mostly heard it as alien.
So it's like aliens disguised as children
or something, yeah.
who really want to watch the Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I wouldn't, I don't blame them. Are there do you like know any other incidents of it?
No, because they're all the same. Like, that's the big one that you always hear, because that dude, still alive, still loves to tell that story. Like, he posted that on an internet forum.
Okay.
So, like, it's just one that, when you learn about that, you always hear or read or whatever. But, like, all of them are the same. It's, man and wife are in their house doing whatever, and a kid knocks at the door, and it's like, oh, I don't know where I am. I need my mommy or some stupid shit like that. Can I come in and call someone?
No.
Which is at least a little more believable than two children approaching you in a parking lot and saying, hey, can we get in your car?
Jesus Christ.
If a dirty little child shows up in front of your house and is, like, hey, I don't know where I am. Can I come in and call my mom? You're much more likely to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because then, it goes, the furthering of the story is, the people who let them in usually die not long afterwards.
Look at how many Death Knights I'm fighting right now.
Uh-huh.
Or Spectral Knights, or whatever the fuck they're called. Oh, this fight's going nowhere, huh? They're not really susceptible to magic damage, though. What?
Just the people who made this game.
What about them? What do you mean?
I don't understand. Put you in a place where you constantly take damage every time you take a step. Every enemy encounter will be 8 enemies. No more, no less. No less than 8 enemies. Every attack they do hits every party member at least once. They will not drop the magical crystals you need to keep your party alive.
Yeah, this part's fucking brutal, like, I'll be honest with you. I don't really know what you're supposed to do here unless you're just running. Like, maybe you're just supposed to run through with Nakajima and Yumiko and run from every encounter.
Well, still, you gotta find Hecate. I would assume Hecate's here.
I don't know.
Because we didn't ever fight a boss in Mazurka. That's where everybody was talking about Hecate, but we got through Mazurka without fighting a boss. Because we fought the Minotaur in Labyrinth. We fought...
Yes.
Was it Loki after that?
Yes.
And then we fought...
I think that's it.
We didn't fight Medusa?
Maybe.
Or something. We fought something that could paralyze you.
Yeah, we must have fought Medusa. Yeah, it's, Was it called Labyrinth with the Minotaur?
I think so.
So you fight Minotaur in Labyrinth, you fight
Or
Medusa.
Labrys, maybe.
Labyrinth. You fight Medusa in Bien.
Yeah, she
And
turned
then-
the whole city to stone.
Then you fight Loki in the place under Bien,
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
It's also October, so we're back on our creepypasta bullshit, and I want you to know there are not a lot of good creepypasta.
No, it's like really hard to find any now because like the era is kind of over. Because like the creepypasta that I really, and that's not to say that there aren't good.
Are no sleep stories.
Yeah, so like the heyday of the creepypasta is like Something Awful forums, which is where Slender Man originated, and X on 4chan, which is where a lot of stuff originated. And that's where I first encountered creepypasta. And like there's just a style, like a naive style to that era, right? That I find incredibly charming and that I love. It's very similar to me, not in content, but in execution, as like the Alvin Schwartz Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a simplicity to them. And also, like, it just comes from an era where I guess the internet was on its last leg of being kind of the Wild West. Because, like, now, like, everything's eat up with ads and it's algorithm to hell, of course. But, like, at that point, there was still some semblance of, like, weirdness going on with the internet. I don't know. It's just different now. And, like, yeah, that era of creepypasta is really over, unfortunately. But, you know, every so often you still get some good stuff. But my problem with it is, like, the main source of creepypasta now is No Sleep, which is a Reddit forum. And there's a massive density to it now where like every instance of a story gets adapted in different ways by people, and like I like that to a certain degree. Like I like that in other media, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get a little tedious for me there because, you know, like one of my favorite more modern creepypastas that I think does come from No Sleep is the search and rescue stuff.
Yeah.
Which is about park ranger encounters with paranormal shit, right?
Yeah.
And it's very good. It's one of my favorite collections of creepypasta. But that I would almost say that has become such a huge chunk of creepypasta now that it's like you just kind of roll your eyes at it, because even today, like when I search for creepypasta on YouTube and stuff for people doing readings, like half of them are like, you know, I was a park ranger and this happened. I was a cop in the Pacific Northwest and this, you know, just like I was this and this. And like not all of it pertains to that specific content, like the woods and stuff, but it's always like I was this profession. And that's because No Sleep operates on a set of rules where you are supposed to write the content as though you experienced it. And you are supposed to interact with the content as a reader and a commenter as though it is true, to whatever degree, right?
So you RP.
Yeah, like No Sleep is literally a internet urban legend RP board.
I guess I didn't know that was a rule. I thought it was just people started doing it and those got popular, so everybody was copying that format.
Well, yeah, like that specific format, like that profession format, where like I work in this field and this happened, that's been copied. But like broadly speaking, like there's literally rules printed on the No Sleep forum.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that was a rule. I just know, because like, you know, it's much easier to write stories in first person. So I figured that was also just an easier way for everybody to write their stories.
Yeah, I think that's a good point as well. Like it's easier. I mean, I'm sure that there are people that would argue against that, but yeah, I find it to be easier, and it is generally considered easier to write fiction in the first person. Mm-hmm. I don't want to fight you. And I think to a large degree, horror works really well in the first person. Because I mean, like a lot of the classics of the genre are told from the first person. I mean, Dracula is written in the first person through the use of letters. Frankenstein is in the first person. Most of Lovecraft's work is in the first person. Most of Poe's work, I think, is in the first person, if I'm remembering correctly. And like Hawthorne is the same way, and Blackwood is the same way. Like, just there's a large chunk of horror fiction that's written in the first person. But I think in a lot of ways that was generally the way that short form fiction was written in that era, in the early 1900s and 1800s. Hey, Colin. And third person fiction, I think, is probably more prominent now than it ever has been. But I don't know. I that's a speculation on my part, just with the fiction I've interacted with, you know. Yeah. And that's not just talking about genre fiction. But anyway, yeah, like, yeah, when you write on No Sleep, you are supposed to write it. It's not that you have to tell the story about yourself. Like, you could tell a story about something else, but you have to be like, you know, this is a true story that I know because of XYZ. Yeah. And this is what happened. And then when people comment on it, they have to be like, it can't be under the pretense that this is fiction. So you can even just comment like, oh wow, that's a crazy story, but you can't say that's a well-written story, because you can't.
Not true.
You can't. Well, not true, but yeah, you can't treat it as fiction. And I think that's really cool. Like, I like the premise of the board, but the problem is like that people don't, because like I feel like the way those rules are written, it's to promote a certain style of fiction that people do not comprehend. They don't comprehend that that's why it's the way it is. So you end up with a lot of fiction that is really at best too literary, and at worst very try hard, where it's like people who, probably young folks, who want to write very good fiction and they inject a lot of adapted style into it. And that's good. Like, that's a good way to learn to write, to emulate style that you like, but that's not what makes this particular brand of horror fiction good. in my opinion.
Like, can you describe what you think it's trying to promote?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know, you say, like, what's coming out is not what you think it's supposed to do. Like, those rules are... You think they're supposed to encourage something, but not what's happening?
Yeah, they're supposed to encourage you to write in the way that the Slenderman stuff was written, in the way that the Candle Cove stuff was written. They're supposed to promote very straightforward, casual stories, casual storytelling, in so that it feels more like an urban legend and less like a curated piece of fiction.
Okay.
But and like, I guess like the example I would give is like, a lot of the time when you read stuff on No Sleep Now, it's, I don't know, there's just like a lot of descriptive language used. There's a lot of just literary stylings. So it's like it should feel, in my opinion, like somebody just recounting an event to you, and it shouldn't be bogged down with style. But a lot of the time it is. So it's, I don't know, I'd have to like look at particular instances of it, but it's...
No, I know what you mean. They're trying to write it more like a writer, and less like, you know, somebody calling you up or asking you to come meet them somewhere and tell you a crazy story.
Or posting on an internet
forum. Or posting it on an internet
about
forum.
Something fucked up that happened. I don't know. Like, my point is like, you know, what it is what it is, right? Like, there's a lot of good fiction that comes out of that, and like some good ideas that aren't executed very well, and that's true of the whole milieu of creepypasta.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good ideas,
and horror
and horror in general. There's a lot of ideas that just aren't executed very well. But I would rather listen to a bad story written poorly, or not poorly, but without the style or the attempted style. I would rather read something that feels more casual, because it adds a visceral quality to the content. It makes it feel embedded in the medium, which is the internet. Mm-hmm. And that's what's missing from a lot of it. There's just too much deliberateness in a lot of the content on No Sleep. And now you've got the big podcast, which we listen to. Like today we listened to Creepy. No, we didn't listen to Creepy. We listened to Chilling Tales for Dark Nights, which is one of the big podcasts. And another one is Creepy, and another one is the No Sleep podcast, and another one is Mr. Creepypasta. And those folks at one time were just getting material from No Sleep or from other places on the internet. And I don't know how their methodology has changed exactly. But I know at some point they all had to start crediting, sometimes paying for that material, because they're making money.
A lot of people are publishing their shit now.
Yeah,
too.
plus those podcasts are making them money, so you can't just steal people's content, even though it's just bullshit on the internet, and make money off of it, right? It's like, at the end of the day, even no matter what the actual legal ramifications are, it's shitty. It's shitty to do that, so you don't do it. And a lot of the, those podcasts, they don't do that. They do actually pay the people, which is good. But now they are kind of mill-like in their method, where like they don't even like seek out the stuff anymore. It gets submitted to them. It gets written for them.
Yeah, like a lot of them are bookended with, send your submissions to whatever at whatever.
Sometimes it's commissioned. Sometimes they pay people to write the stories. And again, I don't think that's bad. It's just a shift in how it's done because of what's being done with it. You can't have multiple successful weekly podcasts full of this material if there's not an abundance of it, and there can't be an abundance of it if you let it happen naturally. So like that's whatever, and like a lot of the stuff I listen to is fine, but the stuff that like really affects me and that I like is not really written anymore, because it's just not it requires a naturalness that this stuff doesn't have, I guess.
Yeah, because like for real, a good example in my opinion is a Nazi's goat story, which we were talking about the other night, because it's literally just a green text post.
Exactly. A Nazi's Goatman story is one of the scariest pieces of internet urban lore, and it's like literally a 4chan green text post. Like it's written in that format, and that's what makes it effective. Is it's written in a language that fits its medium. You know, and that's really an interesting thing, because like it does have a style, and you could adapt that style and have more effective creepypasta, I think. But for some reason, people are equating quality in this medium with the same kind of quality you get from printed material, and it's two different things. And I wish more people operated under that philosophy.
I think that's a really good way to put it, is, you know, it's adapted to where you're posting it or where you're publishing it.
Right.
You know, like if you were putting out a novel, yeah, you want it to be written well. But if you're just posting something on the fucking internet, you should make it look like something that you would really find on the internet.
Yeah. And again, that's just the way I think about it. I mean, you know, the people that are doing it are obviously having fun with it.
Well, yeah,
And
I mean,
a lot of time they're getting
never
paid
gonna
for it.
find somebody and be like, oh, this is stupid, you should be doing this.
Yeah. And yeah, a lot of those folks are, you know, writing for the printed page now. You know, they publish their work, and I think that's really good. But yeah, there's just like a very specific vibe that it's hard to find in creepypasta now. So whenever I start looking for stuff to listen to, I always try to dig around and find like playlists or compilation videos on YouTube of what people have labeled as classic creepypasta, or I try to find stuff that is old that I've never heard of, but it's really hard to find.
Yeah. Because we go and look for those playlists like at least 5 times a year.
And even then, it's bad stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like the good stuff, you know, because it got popular.
They're just not writing the Day of All the Blood anymore.
Go find the Day of All the Blood and read it. Recite it to us. Because the Day of All the Blood is excellent. We're about to have a bad time here if Himiko dies. Yeah, take the mic. Take the mic. Do this right.
This is the story of a day where there was all this blood. A man was walking around, and blood started coming out of him everywhere. There was so much blood that it filled up an elevator. He went to the store, and there was just blood all over the place. People were slipping in it, and they were all grossed out. He tried to go swimming, and all of the sharks went nuts and bited everybody. He got chased by all the vampires ever. One time, the blood got a kid and a dog. At the end of the day, everyone decided they would send him to space so that he would stop getting blood everywhere. The scariest part is that the man was you. Or he was a lady if you're a lady. And you forgot that this happened.
That's powerful stuff.
Wait, Bogleach wrote this? I didn't know Bogleach wrote this.
Is that true? They're an artist, right?
I mean, they probably do some art.
What do they do?
They're just like they run a blog that's just a general sort of creepy repository. It's very
Okay.
fun. I love it. They do this yearly thing, or they used to do this yearly thing. They probably don't have content for it anymore, where they would post a bunch of unused Silent Hill monster designs.
Like actual stuff that wasn't used?
Yeah,
That is really cool. I don't.
I
think I've
remember
ever seen
showing
that
them
stuff.
to you because one of them was just a fucking chicken.
Well, damn. Well, that's cool. Now, I've never seen that story credited. You know what?
They also do this. I guess this is what they mostly do: is monster reviews. So they'll review monsters from different franchises.
Me and you should go through this later. I've been to their website briefly, but I think I was confusing them with the person who does who's that artist that has that website full of little creatures they design?
Oh, Strangeland? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. Like the creatures have a name.
Creatures have a name. And the worm thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that called?
I don't know. I'm trying my darndest to get through the last little bit of this hallway before I have to start back to the save point.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, Strangeland is a movie starring Dee Snider. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Really?
Uh-uh.
Guess what the first movie going on the 2023 Halloween watch list is gonna be?
What are they called? I used to read about them a lot because I just liked the different designs.
Yeah, they were really cool. Like I've been to the site before. I'm drawing a blank. But it was an artist that you followed on Tumblr.
Yeah. Which doesn't narrow it down.
No.
I follow like 2,000 or 3,000 people on Tumblr. Or I did before 2,000 or 3,000 people left.
Alright, that's this whole hallway, I think. Yeah. I gotta go back to the start now, or I'm gonna get booked. The Strangers. Yeah, they're called Strangers, I think.
That's what I thought too. I'm an idiot. I don't understand. No.
Yo, I think both the characters are level 60 now.
Worm art, help me.
Yeah, dude, I don't remember exactly what they're called. Maybe Stranger is not right.
We just Googling worm art tonight.
We're just Googling worm art.
I'm so sure it is strangers. It's just that's such a fucking...
Like, Google Strangers creature design, maybe? Because there's no creatures in the Strangers movie, so maybe it'll give you the website.
Did you mean Stranger Things?
God damn it.
The only horror franchise to ever exist, apparently.
Stranger Things makes me so fucking mad sometimes. That looks very similar.
It's the most similar thing I've found.
Yeah.
It says it's a trade. I didn't do that.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have to waste your time looking for it.
What's gonna bother me now?
Walk away from me. Feel weird cutting it close with this healing. Okay, healed up, ready to go. Because, yeah, it's like somebody decided they wanted to make, like, a whole Pokemon bestiary based on the sandworms from Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Which is a noble endeavor, in my opinion, to be clear.
I was gonna see if maybe Bogleach had like a recommended. They have a creepypasta index.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was about to say, do you know what what I think one of the most underrated, somewhat classic creepypasta series is? It's the burger entries. Because that really verges on that's really like
Bizarro.
yeah, it's really what am I trying to say? It's right on the cusp of what I'm sort of railing against, in that it is very deliberate to a certain degree and very competently written, in my opinion. But yeah, it's very much in the realm of bizarro fiction. I mean, we should go through this and see if there's anything we haven't seen. I'm sure there's some stuff in there we haven't read.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a phase when we worked at Domino's where I would I just got really mad for a while, and on Friday and Saturday nights I would just get on the oven and I would just pull up creepypasta on my phone and read all night. You're just Googling all kinds of shit about worms over here. You're gonna get put on a list by the government.
Find everything.
Bestiary of worm creatures.
Well, I tried Compendium of Worm-like Monsters, and I got literally a book called The Beasts That Hide from Man with a worm on the cover, which is not what I'm looking for.
Or is it? I mean, maybe it's, you didn't know you were looking for it, but really you are.
And now when I'm looking for, like, you know...
Just look for it later. I don't know.
Why can't I look for it now?
I don't know.
It's my computer.
My computer.
It's Parasite in City. That's what it is.
It's not that. It's bondage elves, is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is the part of the stream where Idle on Erotica will talk about all the horrific bug hentai they know about. Because they're nasty.
Not a boar worm.
Everywhere, like every step I take, there's just like a dozen dragons that want to fight me. Like the walls and the floor literally made of fire. I'm doing the best I can here, buddy. You gotta leave me alone. Almost feel like I've missed an item that would allow me to traverse the flames.
But I mean, that's how we felt in Final Fantasy as well.
Yeah, and you just had to suck it up. You just had to suck it up and walk
through.
Yeah,
just stop being a little bitch.
Had to suck it up and walk through the fucking lava. Remember the first time we played Final Fantasy 1 and we didn't realize that you had to equip armor and weapons?
Yeah.
We couldn't figure out how to do it.
So we were just out there fist fighting wolves.
Yeah, we were just punching wolves to death and we're like, man, it's a really grindy game, huh? Just fucking covered in dog blood.
I feel like it's the strangers in something. But it's been so fucking long. Okay, I'm just gonna Google Beetlejuice sandworm and see if I just happen to find any of the drawings. Maybe we're inventing a creepypasta right now. It's never existed.
Yeah. Could be. God, this fight really fucking sucks, dude.
I'm getting some weird furry stuff, but not the thing that I feel like I should have gotten.
I feel like it's very furry adjacent, you know?
Yeah, but, like, I still feel like just based on how Google fucking gathers images, I feel like I should have gotten that before this.
That was a brutal fight. I have so much money. I have $54,000.
You need to get to a new area so you can buy some shit.
Please no. Leave me alone. I want to fight. Just let me down the hallway. Oh my god. Fuck off, you snake motherfuckers. Like, I'm searching for this shit too, and I'm starting to get the book that dude I work with wrote.
You're trying to get what?
The Cosmology of Monsters, that book that dude I work with wrote.
Oh.
Because I was trying to find the printed version, because I know they did. Like, the thing we're looking for is a website that is a bestiary drawn by a single artist.
Uh-huh.
And they released physical copies of it. I remember them doing, like, limited run hardback covers with, like, some of the art. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the book, The Stranger's Primer.
Jesus Christ. And it is just The Strangers.
Yeah.
Wait, this is Goodbye Strangers. Atrocity Land. That's why I was thinking the word city. Wish I could have remembered that. There's nothing here at your landing page.
Oh.
So it's porn now?
What?
When I went here, it said it's 18 plus.
Yeah, this is not the same art.
This isn't. No, this is like, guest stuff. I'm trying to find...
So it's porn now?
Jesus Christ, finally.
Is it porn?
There's what did they call it? Sorry.
Oh, there is a portion of this place I haven't explored yet. Shit.
Because it says is an adult work aimed at 18 plus audiences. So, like, I guess maybe it's for horror, but it does say that it contains themes of trauma, sexuality, violence, drug use, shit like that. But it looks like there's it says an experimental novel that you can play.
That's interesting. Where are we exactly?
Anyhow, wait, I didn't mean to close that.
Yeah, let's look at some of that stuff later. Especially that bog leech stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, Bog Leech has been updating since 2001.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I was gonna say, I remember being on Bog Leech before, but that looks different, so I think they must have changed the aesthetic of the website. But I have been there before. It'd be kind of neat to have a little monster, like, horror website. Maybe we should do something like that on NeoCities.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
It would. Everything we talk about doing sounds like fun, but we got fucked up brains.
Yeah, it's really hard to do.
Like, I spent all day, it was like pulling teeth. I wanted to work in Blender.
Yeah.
I wanted to make a new model, but, like, I hated it.
Yeah.
I wish there wasn't something wrong with my brain.
I mean, I'm the same way. As soon as I decide to do something, I think of all the other things I should do, and then I get overwhelmed and I don't do anything.
Like, I feel like I want to draw, but every time I try to, I can't. You know? Like, I've been working in 3D shit for a while.
I haven't even tried to write in so long.
I mean, it takes a lot for you to get in the mood to do it, and, like, when you have a full-time job, Uh-oh.
Something's written on the wall. Infinity Palace.
I'm coming.
Greg! Okay, so we didn't explore all of that previous area, but I was hoping this would take us into Infinity
Uh-huh.
and maybe a new save point, so we can start going back to explore rather than all the way back to that. Yoma werewolf.
Can you talk to this man?
Nope.
Oh yeah, because it's a beast. I know here there are those blue succubus-looking guys, and they will steal a level. Yeah, Greg says you popped in as you were talking about writing.
Like just now talking about writing, or earlier when I was rambling about the way people write on the internet. Because my current thought is just that I have not written in a long time. And I wish I could, but my brain is bad. I haven't written anything since probably like last year, I guess.
Because, like, I know we've talked before about just making a bestiary sort of loosely inspired by not Dark Souls per se, but that kind of loose world building.
Yeah, we wanted to do a bestiary.
But, like, with, like, Grimm's fairy tale fantasy
Yeah,
sort of
I actually
inspiration.
have a lot of notes about a Souls-like game world that takes a lot of inspiration from fairy tales.
So you're telling me you wrote that Pinocchio Souls-like, and they stole the idea from
They
you?
stole the idea. That game looks fucking sick. I wish it didn't, but it really does.
Greg says there's also a bunch of writing he needs to do.
Yeah, it's hard. Writing's hard, man.
Like, for real, when you have a full-time job, it just... it makes you think the bad thoughts.
I was on a roll for a little bit in 2019 because I was
Forcing yourself to get up.
I was really fucking forcing myself to do it. Like, I was getting up at 4 in the morning and writing until 7:30.
And
during-
then going to work
and
since
then-
before you got
Yeah,
put
well,
at home.
yeah. I mean that was my problem then. Is my problem in 2019 is I was like, I sit at home after work. I don't write. And for a while I was like, I wish I could go somewhere where I could isolate myself to write, you know? And there's just nowhere to go. There's
nowhere free, at least.
nowhere here. Yeah, there's just nowhere here to go to do that. So I was like, okay. And I was actually listening to a lot of podcasts at the time about writing, and I was like, okay, maybe I need
Oh no.
to step into a portal and fucking die. Okay, we're still in the same area. I was like, maybe I need to write in the mornings, because a lot of writers contend that the morning is the best time to write, because you are not bogged down by the day. It's almost like it's good to write, and this is accurate. I will agree with this for me, that it's good to write before you're even fully awake. Because like most of writing, like when we're talking about writing fiction, especially long form fiction, most of writing is just like putting words in front of each other. And I write in a very much headlights in the fog kind of way, where like I can only see what's happening right in front of me in the writing, and that was really good for me, was to get up in the morning and go back to my designated space, because I set up a little desk in the back, and put on headphones with some ambient music, or just some white noise or something. I need noise to kind of block out everything else. And just to write. And I got about 25,000 words of a novel written that way over the course of a couple months. But I really started to fall off, unfortunately. Like, it's really hard to get up that early. Like, it's just really bad at it, because, like, the bed is warm, and you are in the bed, and you are warm, and everything is comfortable and safe. So it was hard to get out of bed, right?
And it doesn't solve the problem if I get out of bed, because then you...
What?
I'll say it in a minute. Because if I get out of the bed, then you don't feel isolated, right? Like, even if I'm in a different room, it's like, oh, you're judging me. It's like, I'm not.
Yeah, it's, I don't know. Like, I do have that problem with writing where I do need to be very... I feel like I need to be very isolated to do it correctly.
Tirith is here.
Tirith!
Greg greeted her with a T unit.
T-unit.
And Tirith responded with a G-cum.
G-cum. Granddaddy cum. Gold granddaddy cum legs. But also the point is, I guess, or my thought is that, you know, it's probably less about what, like, the most comfortable idea I have about how to write, and it's probably more so about forcing myself to
just fucking do it.
well, forcing myself to make a habit of doing it in a way that is currently not comfortable for me. So, like, yeah, like, sitting at my desk in the afternoons writing is not the most comfortable in my mind, but it's what is available to me.
I mean, we sit at our desks all the time now.
That's true. That's true. We moved our desks to the living room, so I don't know if that's more or less conducive. Possibly. But yeah, I mean, it's hard, though. It's just hard to be creative.
Why aren't you checking these little one-by-one rooms?
Well, I haven't run into any of them yet.
Oh, I thought you walked right past some when you started up there.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because, like, I thought you said that's where healers usually are.
No.
Do you not know?
I just don't know. This is a staircase down.
Tirith wants us to cult the meat.
Cult the meat! Cult the meat! Oh, God.
Here, if you hand me that plate, I'll put it on your desk. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
You sat it on my space bar.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Little bastard.
Little bastard. Lethal bastard. Cult the meat! Cult the meat! Oh, yeah. Loud plates.
Dropping plates on your ass, bitch.
Cult meat. Ah.
Grim and frostbitten meat.
Grim and frostbitten meat.
What did I just do? I don't want to look at that. Yeah, so this place sucks because I'm still taking damage because I don't have any fucking magnetite. also wish that there were writing exercises I was more inclined to do, because I struggle with the bones of, or the fundamentals of getting in the habit of writing, because I feel like with a lot of other art you can, like in my brain at least, it's like you can do figure studies or whatever for drawing and painting, or you could play scales or music that you like that you didn't write if you're a musician and stuff. But for writing, it's like there are specific, I don't know, there are like writing prompts and exercises and shit like that, and I just never feel inclined to do them. Like I Google it all the time. Like I'm always like, okay, I'm just gonna go look at some writing prompts, but it's always like the bullshit that you get in like
fan fiction.
No. It's always the bullshit that you get in like English class, where it's like, write about a time when you felt, and it's like, I don't want to do that. It's fucking lame.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what I want to write, but I do know what I don't want to write.
Yeah, like I do know what I want to write, but it's like,
Whoa.
oh, yeah, this dude looks fucking sick, huh? There are so many monsters that can't talk in this game. Hunter S. Thompson used to just type novels that he liked.
You said you did that for a little while, like for a warm up, you would type a page.
I've done it before.
Stuff.
I've done it before. Yeah, it's nice. But I don't know that it helps me that much. But yeah, he would just take his typewriter out and just type Steinbeck novels and Hemingway novels and shit.
Yeah, Greg says he's been trying to write the story for the second Ballast record for like 12 years.
Yeah, it'd be like that though. Like, yeah, getting motivated to write is just a real fucking pain in the ass.
Greg says he's also agonizing over lyrics for one song on the next Dungeon Synth record.
Oh, you doing lyrics for your next Dungeon Synth album? Did you have vocals on the previous one? I can't remember.
Podcast Passamundi on
Yeah, I'm about to.
Yeah, he said no, it was all instrumental.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's gonna be rad, dude. Enjoy some vocals with my Dungeon Synth. Oh man, I don't know where to go. What the fuck?
It's a Dullahan. Well, they don't have a head.
That's so lame. Like, there's so many. They look so cool, and you can't capture any of them.
Greg says he wasn't originally planning on doing vocals, but there's an idea that seems to speak to vocals.
That's really cool. I think that's going to be really cool. Like, I don't even know if there is going to be a save room here. I would just really like it if there was.
There's a bunch of empty rooms.
Yeah, I think that's what it's gonna be. That's annoying. Holy shit. Sorry, I have to keep looking at the map, but I'm just like totally lost right now. Oh my god. Foul shrunken head? They can't talk, of course.
We put all these demons in this game. No, you can't talk to them.
I really don't want to fight because I don't want to
Yeah.
drain all my shit. Scratch my back. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Oh. I want potato chip.
Potato chip would be really good. I would enjoy a potato chip right now. You alright?
Yeah.
What's going on?
The fridge just started making a really loud fucking noise.
What's everybody up to tonight on a Wednesday? It is Wednesday, my dudes, if you didn't know.
Is this where you started?
No, I think this is a
Okay.
new place. With nothing, of course. Oh, there's treasure chest. We got some money. Can I talk to you? Yeah, sure.
That's fucking nothing.
Okay, cool. We got a Lamia.
Greg says he demoed a guitar idea. A friend asked him to record and did some reading.
Oh, what kind of reading did you do?
Tirith got done with her Ned's meeting and it went pretty well.
Oh, excellent. Good to hear. This floor is massive from the looks of things. I don't want to fight you guys. You're just gonna have to fuck off. I'm sorry. Ooh, they're...
Tirith. Greg read Frankenstein after watching it last night.
Oh, cool.
I need to reread Frankenstein. I haven't read Frankenstein. I don't think I've ever read Frankenstein. I had Frankenstein read to me.
Yeah, me too.
Ooh. And Greg's reading the Tomb of Dracula comics, like you mentioned, I think last night, or was it Monday? I remember you saying it, so it might have been Monday. You might have had the computer.
I can't remember, but yeah, that's really cool. Do you I know you said you read digitally, Greg. Do you do Marvel Unlimited? Because if you ever did want to read a bunch of Marvel comics, I would highly recommend it. It's like $10 a month, and it's like it's got to be around 100,000 back issues available now.
Yeah, you can read all the old shitty X-Men.
Yeah. I love the old X-Men. You read so much of that with me. Do you not like it?
I'm talking about old, like Lee and Kirby.
Oh, you're talking about Jack Kirby and Stan Lee's era X-Men? Yeah, that era of X-Men's not very good, unfortunately. Claremont X-Men is some of the best shit ever. Riveting.
Yeah, Greg says he uses the app, but he just buys collections, and Unlimited might be a good idea after he trims off some other subscriptions.
Yeah, if you're ever like in the mood to just read a bunch of Marvel stuff and like peruse and everything, it's good. And honestly, the DC equivalent, which I think is called I think it's like the DC Universe app, is also really good. They launched it and they've got a shit ton of fucking back issues on it. So there's a pretty good subscription-based repository of both canons of comic history. I really like Marvel Unlimited. It's got a couple of little issues. Sometimes it can be a little finicky on certain days, and sometimes I have issue with like stuff they leave out because they will prioritize. So like say there's, we're talking pre-2000s, pre-reboot Marvel, right? There's like 600 issues of fucking Thor or whatever. You will have little chunks missing because they haven't gotten to it yet, and they haven't prioritized it because other stuff around it had important things happening, important characters being introduced, but there'll be little chunks of it missing, and I really like to be able to read like everything if I can within a certain time period or like a certain author or whatever. And sometimes stuff will be missing, and that kind of irks me. Also, there's no, or at least I don't think there is any Marvel Max material. So like Punisher Max, Daredevil Max, that kind of stuff. Because that stuff is adult oriented.
So they couldn't list the app on iPhone?
They could put the app on the iPhone store because it had adult content, so they left that stuff out, which is kind of shitty. But I really need to turn around and go back, unfortunately.
Talk, yeah.
Oh wow.
Why don't you just use that on Yumiko?
That is a brilliant idea.
Like, you got 12. Why don't you just do that?
Yeah.
On whoever you give a shit about. Fucking Apple ruining everything.
I agree, Greg. Lee and Kirby stuff is fucking great.
Yeah, if it was just cheesy stuff like that, that'd be fine. My problem is there's always one woman in the comic, and every male character wants to act like a dickhead because they're all of a sudden in love with her.
Yeah. Well, like, okay, so I agree with you. Of course.
Except for the one who's been gay since he was made, even though they didn't know he was gay.
That's my point. Is like, I will agree with you, but if you want to start talking women in comic books, like, I mean, there are literally entire, not blog posts, but entire blogs founded on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's beyond what we could possibly hope to cover, right? But specifically in the original X-Men, every motherfucker in goddamn
Charles Xavier's School for Special Adults.
Charles Xavier's School for Special Boys or whatever. They're all in love with fucking Jean Grey, right?
Because she's the only woman on Earth, apparently.
Yeah. And it's just fucking insufferable. Except Iceman, he is not initially in love with her.
Uh-huh.
Because he's fucking gay.
Yeah.
And you'll read those old books and you're like...
Did they know? Were they writing
They were like,
this on purpose?
Stan and Jack writing this motherfucker gay. Like, he's gay.
Uh-huh.
But then he's not. Then he's fucking after her all of a sudden. And it's like, oh, wow, gotta get some of that Jean Grey. It's like, homie, you're gay. What are you doing? It's a very interesting read. Oh, shit. I'm afraid she might be in there. Hecate, I mean.
Yeah. Jean Grey.
Jean Grey. But no, like, yeah.
She's gonna talk about how hard it is to be the specialist girl on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, the OG run of X-Men is okay. It's just unfortunately far overshadowed by the other books that were coming out then. Like Fantastic Four and Spider-Man are so much better than that run of X-Men.
I didn't ever read Fantastic Four because I have no fucking interest in Fantastic Four. But you telling me about early Fantastic Four is so fucking funny because you're like, well, they went bankrupt and they made a movie about themselves.
Fantastic.
And
the old
everyone fights them with asbestos.
The old Fantastic Four comics are amazing. Because, like, Reed Richards always been a fucking dick. Like, he sucks. He just fucking sucks. And, like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like a constant comedy of errors. And, like, that's why fucking Doctor Doom, though. That's right, Greg. But, like, that's why the Marvel comics did so well in the time period. Because, like, the characters they were writing were fucking weird. They had personalities that were lacking in other comic book content. Yeah. And, also, yeah, like, there's, like, a whole thing in, that original run where, like, the Fantastic Four goes bankrupt. They have to go make a movie to try to, get money. And there's a whole plot line where I lost my train of thought there. But there's Namor. Okay.
Oh my god,
Namor, who is about to be in the MCU. He's about to be in the new Black Panther movie, which is fucking sick. He looks awesome. But Namor is a really old Marvel comic character. He's from, like, Timely Comics, like before they were named Marvel Comics. So Namor was around in, like, the 40s and 50s, and then in the 60s he gets brought back in Fantastic Four, and in a lot of the other books.
To do one thing.
So Namor is very much like Aquaman in that he is like a
aquatic-based
an aquatic-based figure. He lives in the fucking sea. He's got fish powers. I don't know. unlike Aquaman, Namor hates humans, hates humans with a passion, can't fucking stand them, hates the modern land world, and just doesn't even have, like, he doesn't even have lofty goals of any kind. It's not like he's coming onto Earth to try to, like, take over the world or show mankind the error of their ways. He literally pops up out of the ocean every few, like once a year in all the Marvel books in the 60s. Like, he'll pop up in Fantastic Four, he'll pop up in X-Men, he'll pop up in Captain America. He just shows up, he comes out of the fucking ocean, and he just starts wrecking shit. He just starts breaking stuff and punching men in the face, and then he just starts fucking all their ladies. He just comes out of the water and starts slinging dick, and all the women of the Marvel universe in the 60s are like, oh, Namor! Like, they're so fucking, like, infatuated with him.
Which, to be fair, in
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, in Fantastic Four, Sue's other option is Reed.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So, like, she's got shitty fucking Reed Richards here, and then big fucking tan, buff,
wet,
rippling muscle Namor comes out of the water, just fucking dripping wet and, like, like, his whole body's turgid like steel. And she's like, oh, Reed, I gotta go fight Namor. You stay here. It's a wild era for comics. It's a good era.
Greg says he gets annoyed with that 70s Marvel thing where the characters have to give their exposition about their origin story every issue.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, there's, comic book writing has been very much refined and streamlined since the 60s and 70s, thank God. The 80s did a lot. The 80s, Alan Moore, Frank Miller, etc., did a lot for making comics more palatable to a modern audience.
You could summon that Lamia instead of whoever just died.
Oh, maybe I should. You want to play Slime Rancher tonight?
If you still want to, I don't know if... Like, if you still want to keep streaming. Like, if we need to stop because we're behind a movie, or...
Oh, yeah, we needed to watch a movie, don't we?
I mean, I really do want to play Slime Rancher. But...
I'm gonna stop here in a minute. And you can play Slime Rancher. I was just really trying to get to a save room, but I don't think I'm gonna find one here.
Greg says he's gotta go. Gonna go watch Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, Greg. Oh hey dude, thanks for hanging out. We will see you maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday if you're around. We're gonna definitely be streaming Friday, maybe tomorrow too. Starting a new awesome horror game on Friday, if you can make it.
Oh, J-Mac just got here.
J-Mac! What's up, J-Mac? I'm trying to find a stopping place in Megami Tensei for the night, J-Mac, but Roadkill is going to play the demo that's available.
I think it's alpha. I don't think it's a demo.
Well, you're going to play
Slime Rancher 2.
Slime Rancher 2.
This time it's personal.
This time it's slimier.
Son of Slime Rancher.
Son of Slime Rancher. I'm so hot. Are you hot?
No.
I've been so hot all day long.
And yet you were freezing when we tried to take a nap. Curious.
I was. We tried to take a nap after my meeting, and couldn't. I was too cold. Now I'm hot again.
You okay? Do you feel sick?
No, I'm just a little baby, a little whiny baby.
I guess it is the time of the year where the weather keeps changing. Just slightly.
Thought you were gonna say it's the time of the year where I'm a little whiny baby, which is probably true.
These enemies are labeled Fem something or other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bim Rongda.
This floor sucks too.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't forget to summon another monster if you want. Although I guess you're probably trying to conserve mag, huh?
I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to, like, figure out what to do here, I guess. Yo, Jackie Oni. That's not good. Oh, no. Okay, we've pushed our luck enough.
Yeah, J-Max says, Somber Arcane, Pumpkin Witch, and others are playing Wooster Saturday, but he's getting his booster, so...
Wooster.
Have to see.
Well, I hope you get to make it to that. That sounds rad. Did I save?
I think so. Save again. Fuck it.
Okay. Let me, find the old slime rancher here for you. Alright, I'm gonna take just a moment to run to the restroom, I believe. So we will be right back with some slime ranching.